Welcome to the KPC Smart Money Podcast with Karen and Kevin Christ. So last week we did part 1 of the 6 secrets to a happy retirement. And in case you didn't have a chance to listen, we basically talked about, once you have the money stuff figured out for your retirement, your next job is to choose how you'll spend all your newfound free time. What was it, Karen? 2,000 hours of new free time when you retire? Was it 2,000 a year?
Yes.
Is that what it was? Okay. So the first 3 things that you need to be aware of is to guard your health. Eat healthy food, find an exercise program. The second thing, Karen, was companionship. We were built to be in community. We weren't built to be alone. When you're bad in jail, you're already in jail. So what do they do?
In solitary.
Exactly. So the third thing was having a sense of purpose, right? Find something that's going to give you purpose in your life. There's been all sorts of studies that'll make you live longer if you do that. All right, so let's get into the fourth thing. Have a grateful spirit. Instead of focusing on accumulating more stuff in retirement, boy, I tell you, Karen, in our job, retirement planning and everything, you see these people that they have millions of dollars. And, you've heard before, these people that have all this money and they're miserable.
Yeah.
Because they're so busy trying to accumulate more stuff.
Keeping up with the Joneses?
Well, or whatever. I mean, it's their whole focus is to make more money. Well, guess what? There's no U-Haul behind the hearse. How much money do you want to leave to your, kids anyway, right? So concentrate on being grateful for all the things you already have. To develop an attitude of gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal and add to it daily. I've heard you tell our daughter that.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Some people use the alphabet, writing down the people, things, or conditions they're thankful for that start with the letter A, then B, and so on. If you can think of something for all 26 letters, you're a gratitude rock star. Others meditate while visualizing the people and situations they appreciate. So, Karen, what are the key takeaways of having a grateful spirit?
Well, you stay positive. You find ways to laugh and surround yourself with optimistic people. Here's another suggestion. Take a break from the news. I know that bad news sells, but boy, it just gets depressing. And we do know people who just are glued to news 24/7, and they don't tend to be overly happy people. They tend to be pretty fearful. And if you need extra support, you got a rough season, you reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or, even a mental health professional. And this kind of goes back to, if wealth doesn't mean much if you don't have health. Well, wealth also doesn't mean much if you don't have a grateful spirit. If you don't have a grateful spirit, you will tend to be fearful or pessimistic or something. You can find something bad. You can find something bad anywhere. So flip the switch. Find something good everywhere.
So, Karen, it's, sometimes we go into the people's houses, my father included, and, they've got the news channel on, whatever, the news channel you like that's running 24/7. And it's just angry about what's going on in the country and all that. That's just no way to go through life.
Yeah.
It's just being angry and worried and anxious about things. It's just, it's going to be over soon, right? Life doesn't last forever. Time goes by. Enjoy what time you have left. That's what we want to try to say. All right, so what's number 5, Karen?
Well, 5 is continuous learning, and I really love this part. Learning is a lifelong journey. It's not just something you do in school and then in college and then with your job. It is lifelong and something that is scientifically proven to help slow the onset of cognitive decline. The good news is that brainy activities may help build up your brain, just like muscles, and it may even help the brain generate new cells. Now, I think of my mom. My mom does the New York crossword puzzle every day. She does Sudoku, and it's very intentional. My mom intentionally exercises her brain every day.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think, when you just thinking about, my dad and the way he likes to look at his investment accounts.
Yeah, he's
He's on
exercising
there
his brain.
2 or 3 times a day. He's doing research to try to find out, if the one stock that he's in, it's time to sell it, or if he should buy more, and what is he going to do with all his dividends. I'm sure that keeps his brain going.
Oh, I'm sure that's the reason Dad used to trade every day, because there was a sense of community. He did have a community, and it was exercising his brain. According to a recent study, 41% of people who plan to work after age 65 say working keeps my brain alert, while nearly 1/3 say work provides a sense of purpose. Other retirees find their mental stimulation in hobbies, which is great, or acquiring a new skill, such as learning a new language. Hey, that is tough. And if you're learning a new language, you're just building all kinds of new neuron and pathways in the brain.
So think about this. Why is Warren Buffett still working? Because he doesn't have enough money?
No.
How about his partner, Charlie Munger, who's about 93 and still working? Why?
Because it gives them a whole bunch of things. Sense of purpose. It keeps them alert.
Yeah.
We had a very good friend who was a teacher well into his late 80s. And when he stopped teaching, he had all those students, and, he was teaching subject material, and, and I think they finally, in his late 80s, said, okay, it's time for you to retire. And it wasn't great that he retired. He should have kept going.
Yeah, that's right. So, it's just really to think about, to just completely stop working. To me, I've been self-employed most of my life, almost all my whole life in my working life. And to think about just stopping cold, just selling the business, and I'm out. It scares me.
Well, but yeah, we're having too much fun. I mean,
we do have fun at our job. That's another thing.
Yeah, we're not in corporate America where you're counting the days to get out of the prison. I mean, we enjoy what we do.
So, the key takeaways from that, Karen, is build brain connections by reading, playing chess, or writing your life story. I have this guy that's involved in one of these ministries that I'm involved with, just wrote a book about himself, and I read it, and it was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it happened to be he was a pro golfer for a short period of his life, so it made me want to look about that. But that was only maybe 1/10 of the book. He talked about his kids, he talked about his career, he talked about how he found the Lord, and the ministry that he got involved with. And I found it to be extremely interesting. So write a book about yourself. Maybe somebody will read it. Other ideas include taking a class online, picking up a sport, or volunteering for a project that forces you outside of your comfort zone. Okay, so the last thing in this retirement, what you should try to do during retirement, is a passion for adventure. Most of us long for adventure, to discover what's next and explore new worlds and ideas. On the flip side, feeling like there's nothing left to do in life can lead to disappointment and depression. Create a bucket list and start checking things off one at a time. Volunteer to mentor students online or organize a donation drive. You could clear out some of the clutter while you're at it to simplify your life, right?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like my mom. My mom has been a voracious reader all of her life. I think my mom probably reads three to four entire books a week. And so, she volunteers at a local bookstore, and she loves it. She goes once a week, and she gets to meet people. She gets to talk about books and writers and the things that she loves. And, Mom is, in her mid 80s, and it is great for her to get out and do that.
Yeah. So, you save for retirement your whole life. Make the most of the increased freedom you have to go where you want to go at your own pace. Explore the great outdoors. Learn about new cultures or research your family history. You might even want to take day trips to new sites or rent an RV. I've always kind of wanted to do that, is rent an RV.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to own one.
We've looked into it, yes. Well,
I don't want to own one.
We've looked into it.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but it's a fun way to get away, So the last thing you want to do is wake up that first morning of retirement thinking, uh-oh, now what? Start thinking of ideas for your new routine in retirement and give yourself plenty of reasons to wake up ready to live life to the fullest. Your retired self will thank you for it. If you'd like to make sure that you are financially on track, we would love to help you with that. Just if you do not have a written retirement plan, you can go to kpcfinancialsolutions.com or give us a call on our 800 number, 877-KPC-PLAN. We love meeting new people. That's what makes us happy. So we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for listening to Kevin and Karen Christ on the KPC Smart Money Podcast.
You've been listening to the KPC Smart Money Podcast with Kevin and Karen Christ. To listen to more episodes, visit kpcsmartmoney.com. You can also find the KPC Smart Money Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher.
KPC Financial Solutions is an independent financial services firm that utilizes a variety of investment and insurance products. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through KPC Financial Solutions, LLC, a registered investment company. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any reference to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. KPC Financial Solutions is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by KPC Financial Solutions. Hypothetical examples have been provided for illustrative purposes only. It does not represent a real-life scenario and should not be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation.